What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Underdog NBA player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 3 picks to get you winning some money over here on Underdog in the NBA tonight. If you haven't checked out Underdog Fantasy, would highly recommend you check them out, guys. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players' points, points and assists, rebounds, points, rebounds, assists, points and rebounds, assists, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go to lock that in, get that free money offer, and start winning some money over here on Underdog with these picks today, guys. You can also click the links down below in the description. I do have deposit bonus links. And if you are going to be very serious, I also do have the premium content link below in the description. I do offer Underdog NBA player prop base level package. So that's going to give you access to all of my core plays over on Underdog for the day each day. If you want to get access to all my picks before anyone else does, though, before the lower tiers, the VIP, before the bumps, I can only do so much in a day. I got to do all the research. I got to get the picks out, and I will send them immediately after I place them in the VIP. The other one I'm going to send as soon as all my research is done and before game time. But can only do so much at once. So the VIP, you're going to get the access to the plays as soon as I place them, so you can lock them in before those bumps. There's been a lot of bumps today, so today would be a great day to have that package, I can tell you that much. But the ones down below, too, you know, maybe you just want to try it out, try the lower tier packages, see if you like it, and then if you like it, you're winning some money, you can upgrade, of course. That's why I offer the lower tiers. So, and then, of course, I offer these videos for free, trying to help out the public, trying to give you guys as much value for free as well. So, if you enjoyed this content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Trying to get all these videos up to 500 likes. There's a lot more than 500 people watching, and we can't quite get that like goal. So if you help me out with that, that'd be awesome. Once again, free, and I will be providing this value for free. So let's talk about it. We'll game by game, guys. I got 3 picks for you over here on Underdog today. And the first game that we will discuss is going to be this Golden State Warriors Milwaukee Bucks game. This game comes with a 233.5 over under 4-point spread in favor of the Milwaukee Bucks. So it should be nice, fast pace. Should be a great game environment. And I want to talk about Mr. Klay Thompson on the Golden State Warriors side first. The Golden State Warriors continue to be without Andrew Wiggins, which does directly impact Klay Thompson's usage and his fantasy point per minute rates. Looking at the fantasy point per minute production for Klay Thompson with Andrew Wiggins off the court this season, really, really good stuff. He has a 27.2% usage rate overall, 1.04 fantasy points per minute, and we have started to see the minutes seriously climb for Klay Thompson. Working his way back this year, you know, he's been dealing with some injuries. But early season, we were only seeing Klay play, you know, low 20s, low 30s. The last few games, we're really seeing him tick up. 37, 37, 36, 36 minutes respectively. Really good stuff. Looking really good, man. 28, 4-2, 22, 3-2, 34, 2-5. Not to mention the blocks and steals. Fantasy points, you do get 3 points for every one of those blocks and steals. Last time out, 1 block, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 1 steal the time before. So we know Klay Thompson's a scrappy defender. Really, the only question has been his health. I mean, this guy's been doing it in the NBA for a long time now. We know the talent. It's just been the health. Andrew Wiggins and Klay Thompson are 2 of like the most correlated guys on this team as far as the usage rate is concerned. You see the differential with Klay Thompson, 1.6% more usage rate and 0.11 more fantasy points per minute with no Andrew Wiggins on the floor this season. So fast up-tempo game environment, no Wiggins. Klay's been resting on back-to-back, so we don't have to worry about that. If he's going to play on a back-to-back or something, they'll just play him full minutes in this game and then rest him the next time. So whenever you see him in the lineup, that's another thing. Don't really got to worry about it. And it's for all these reasons that I do like the Klay Thompson fantasy soar over here on Underdog. So pick number 1, going with the higher over 30.65 fantasy points here for Klay Thompson. Just explained it. Fast up-tempo game environment. He's been getting the job done in every facet of the game in this fantasy score department as of late, and with no Andrew Wiggins. Even better news for Klay Thompson and his fantasy point production. So pick number 1, going the over 30.65 fantasy points here for Klay Thompson. That'll be pick number 1. Pick number 2, we're going to kick it on over to the other side of this game. The Milwaukee Bucks. We have another guy that's been returning from injury. Very good fantasy point producer. We also have the possibility of Jrue Holiday being out in this one. Now, this pick isn't reliant on Jrue Holiday being out. I think if Jrue Holiday's in, this pick can still hit. However, I will say, I do think if you get this pick in before the news drops of Jrue Holiday and he's out, it's going to be a bigger bump to Chris Middleton. So I'm kind of excited for that a little bit. Like, there's a possibility we get a serious steal on this next pick that I'm going to discuss. And that's going to be Chris Middleton. Now, Chris Middleton's listed as questionable. He is more so probable, though. Did exit the game after only 6 minutes against Houston. Coach Mike Budenholzer downplayed the severity of the issue, said he's good to go. And to be frank, guys, the Houston Rockets aren't very good. I think Chris Middleton may have, like, tweaked his ankle a little bit, and they just said, we don't need you the rest of the game. We're playing the Houston Rockets. Just go sit, and we'll save you for the Golden State Warriors. Like, I think that's the context of what happened there. 6 minutes last time out on the 11th. Didn't play yesterday. Has had 2 days rest, essentially, not playing that game pretty much the whole time, 6 minutes. So I think these are all good things, and we just saw him play his highest amount of minutes prior to that, 31 minutes. 27, 26, 29, and then 31 minutes as far as working his way back from injury. He has looked good, man. 19 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal, getting a steal per game. Once again, really good stuff. You're looking at the Milwaukee usage in the fantasy point per minute production. He's got a 22.2% usage rate. He's putting up 0.94 fantasy points per minute. And like I said, we did see him play 30-plus minutes. There's also a possibility Jrue Holiday misses this one. If Jrue Holiday misses this one, we're getting a serious steal on Chris Middleton here. Once again, I do think Middleton hits regardless, but I just want to mention that. Jrue Holiday is questionable with an illness. So, but once again, it's kind of a perfect storm for me. Chris Middleton, we saw him play 31 minutes last time. I think we could see him play in the low to mid-30s in this one. We're seeing about a minute, that fantasy point per minute, as far as his production is concerned. And once again, Milwaukee has a very high implied team total. 118.75 implied team total, 233.5 over-under. All things boding really well for the Chris Middleton fantasy score. And then if we can somehow get lucky and have Jrue Holiday get ruled out, that'd be even better. The scoring for fantasy point, guys, you get 1 point for every point, 3 points for every steal, 3 points for every block, -1 for every turnover, 1.2 for every rebound, and 1.5 for every assist. For those of you that don't know how this is broken down, but do have Chris Middleton projected over this 29.05 fantasy point line. Once again, I do think we're getting some nice value on this because I think the minutes are trending upwards. And this might be the last game we can get him at like this 29 fantasy point line. He's going to be up there towards the mid-30s once he's finally playing those full minutes. And we're starting to see that. Once again, I would not be concerned about this 6 minute against the Rockets. I think it was just like, we'll just keep you out of the game here to not further injure your ankle, just to be safe. He just played 31 minutes. He's going to be well rested now. And once again, there was a possibility. There was no Jrue Holiday. So for all these reasons, do you like the over 29.05 fantasy points here for Chris Middleton? That'll be pick number 2. And then pick number 3, we're going to kick it on down to the late game. We've got another fantasy score line. We're going with all fantasy in this video. There are some other picks I like that I released in the premium, but for this one, we have a 235.5 over-under for the LA Lakers taking on the Boston Celtics. Another fast up-tempo game environment. And we have a fantasy point per minute beast in Anthony Davis. This guy has been so good from a fantasy point per minute production aspect, especially on the scoring format of Underdog. 1.66 fantasy points per minute. He's got a 28% usage rate, and he gets to take on the Boston Celtics tonight, who are without Robert Williams. He's been out for quite some time, working his way back. He's actually listed on the bench, so it'll be interested to see what the deal is with Williams. But let's see. He is listed out for Monday's game. There's a possibility he could return in this one. But regardless, he's going to be limited. And I'm not feeling too optimistic about him just returning and playing a full amount of run. And Al Horford has been ruled out for this game. So what am I getting at here? What I'm getting at is Anthony Davis. The Boston Celtics are going to have their hands full with him tonight. A low-post player, if they're starting Blake Griffin, no offense to Blake Griffin, but 1, he doesn't have the size. 2, he's kind of getting up there in age. And he has to take on quite possibly the best fantasy point per minute producer in the entire league this year from a minutes and production aspect. Anthony Davis, he has just been so good. And I think he's going to have his hands full. Once again, we're talking about a guy with a 28% usage rate, a guy that puts up 1.66 fantasy points per minute, and a guy that's going to play right around 34 minutes per game with no Al Horford in this one. Robert Williams is listed as out, but I'm seeing him on the bench here as a possibility maybe to return in this game. I haven't seen reports on that. I actually do want to kind of pull that up here live in the flesh. Robert Williams to be determined. So, but regardless, even if Williams returns, I think he's going to be limited. There is no Al Horford. For all of these reasons, I like Anthony Davis regardless, even if Robert Williams is able to play a few minutes. The fantasy point production has been so good. So, long story short here, they're going to have their hands full with Anthony Davis. He's been crushing this fantasy point prop all season long, and I do think that in such a fast up-tempo game environment, he continues to do so. Looking at the latest for Anthony Davis over here. On Underdog, they do have him at 53.25 fantasy points. He's pretty much been scoring 60 fantasy points per game, guys, and I don't see that slowing down. The only possible thing that could slow down Anthony Davis is an injury, which has been known from time to time to go back to the locker room, but we're talking about a 116 implied total. We're talking about a Boston Celtics team with no Al Horford, Possibly Robert Williams returning, but even if he does return, he's been out for so long, we're not talking about a full allotment of minutes. I guess I just want to make that known in case everyone's freaking out that Robert Williams is in the game. Like, yeah, sure, maybe he returns, but he's been out for so long. Like, I don't see him being able to just go out there and take a full allotment of minutes. So, it's just going to be interesting to see what the news is on that. Hopefully he's out. He could possibly be back, but regardless, that's not going to talk me off this Anthony Davis prop. Love the over 53.25 fantasy points here for Anthony Davis. And that is going to be my 3 picks to get you winning some money over here on Underdog in the NBA tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked out the premium content packages, we'd love to have you join the premium team over there, providing a lot more value, once again, to get the alerts before the public, before all these bumps. There's been some craziness going on today with these bumps, so we'd love to have you join over there. And if you haven't checked out Underdog, check them out today. Use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100. Wishing you all the best of luck on your Underdog NBA player props picks tonight, and we will see you in the next one.